last week, we were talking about NCAA football, some of the conferences and what they were going to do, what they hadn't done yet. And I think we got some news since last week. So, Chuck, go ahead and fill everybody in on that.
So NCAA, we found out that was it the Big Ten and the Pac-12 went ahead and said they're going to shut down the season. Maybe they'll come back for spring ball. It's still up in the air for SEC and ACC, but sounds like they want to kind of give it a go. But it still remains to be seen.
Okay. So we got a couple conferences that have already called it a wrap. We're still waiting on a couple of the big dogs like ACC, SEC. Chuck, do you think they're going to follow suit?
No, I think they're going to try to play, but I could see it failing big time, and then they end up having to call it quits during the beginning or the middle of the season, because I don't think they're going to take the precautions that not even the NFL is trying to take, because for the NFL they have a players union that's trying to make sure that the players are safe. College students don't have that, and colleges are going to do whatever it takes for them to play football, but these college students aren't going to take care of themselves like your average adults possibly could. They're going to go out partying. They're going to be reckless, and it's going to end up bleeding into the teams where they're going to get infected.
Okay. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. What's up, Coffee with the Foe? Appreciate you stopping in, brother. Kim Strong, what's going on?
What's up, Kim?
All right. And we got our boy GB that's about to pop on in. What's happening, good brother?
What's good?
Hey, man, everybody that's out there right now, if y'all haven't, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that like button for the KICKnology YouTube page. Make sure y'all check out Word and J's. That's on Sundays. But absolutely. So let's keep it going. Hey, GB, when you return to the microphone, let the people know what you think about these NCAA conferences, the conferences that have shut down, and if you think the remaining big boys are going to follow suit. ACC, no country, and SEC. I don't really know any teams that play over there, but what you think they're going to do?
Man, just looking at other news with some of these colleges just these kids returning to school, and just the students themselves. Like, I don't know if you saw the thing about UNC with 130 cases. I'm like, man, I'm looking at it in that way. It's like, how are you going to protect the football players if you can't protect the students? So, I mean, some of these big schools that are shutting down or whatever, I'm a fan of just shutting down and starting the league in January if everything looks good. I'm all for that. I mean, I saw the SEC release a schedule today of what they're going to, as far as who they're playing. I mean, I'm at this point now, man. They shut it all down because, I mean, how you going to, crown a champion? I mean, if you go undefeated in the ACC and you go undefeated in the SEC, what about, the Big 10, the Big 12, the Pac, whoever? Those guys don't even matter into the equation. I mean, the playoffs will look kind of crazy. So I say shut it down, man.
Yep. What's up, Kia? What's up, Smooth? What's up, brother, man? Good to see you.
What's up, y'all? Hey, Smooth.
Smooth, you already coming in here causing trouble talking about that gold team, man. We gonna get to them in a little bit. Don't worry about it. They should. I hear you, Kia. So Greg said something right there, Chuck, and I forgot to mention that. Yeah, UNC they shut down the school today because a number of students broke out with the virus.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? I mean, and I think I've said this before, and I'm going to take this away from NCAA for a quick minute, which is you've seen in other states, you've seen in Georgia, you've seen either here down south in Florida, where some schools have opened up, and I'm talking about elementary and high schools have opened up and then had to immediately kind of shut down due to a number of cases. There was an elementary school down in Miami had to shut down for 1,100 1,100 people had to be quarantined through elementary school. So, if we're now seeing that this is happening on college campuses, how realistic, and we're here at, getting towards the end of August, but middle of August, how realistic is it that these ACC schools, these SEC schools are going to actually be able to A, have students, and B, have student athletes that actually perform on the field? And I heard they're about to make a decision in mid-September about if they're going to allow them to return to the court for basketball. Is it possible? Because I hear what you're saying, Greg, and me personally, and I said it from the beginning, I don't think it's possible. It's just a matter of time.
It's crazy because it's like you can walk out your door, you sitting good for 20, 30 minutes on your porch, come back in, start feeling bad. What you gonna do then? Because it's nothing known on how you contract the virus. It's just you either get it or you don't. That's just kind of what I look at it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Chuck, what you think?
I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it with any sport, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
For college, it's high school or college. It's going to be very difficult for them to contain this, and I think they're going to have to just flat out sit out for this year and pray that a vaccine comes in the nick of time for there to be some type of spring ball. If not, you might as well just wait until the following season.
Yep. Let's see. Coffee with the Foe said Rockets all the way. Hey, I know y'all itching for us to jump into this NBA. We're going to get there because I know that's what y'all want to talk about. It's coming because I got some stuff to say to y'all. I got some stuff for y'all, but it's okay. Hold on. Joker Nation, what's up, bro? James, what's good, man? Good to see you back this week. Kia, I'm dying to go to Myrtle Beach. Hey, me too. Myrtle Beach is nice.
Yes, it is. Man, I'm dying to go to any beach. Every time I get up and say I'm gonna go to the beach, I get a news flash. I say, well, guess I won't be going to the beach today.
Jeremy on his everyone in the chat. Wish my dog Tim. Yeah, y'all. It was my birthday this past Saturday.
38, 37, 6.
I am 21, everybody. Okay. Hey, listen, man. Listen. I was just telling Chuck, us light-skinned brothers, we don't age. We don't get older, we get younger. Okay. You know what I mean? So
y'all age horribly.
Man. So I appreciate the birthday love, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, Smooth.
That's what it is.
Absolutely. It's a blessing to be alive. That's exactly what I can say. Thank God for that. So what we got, Smooth, happy belated, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, James. KICKnology, yes, like I said earlier in the show, today is Jeremy's wife, Jen. She be popping in. She normally agree with me when I'm talking about stuff, and then she kind of agree with her husband on the Lakers, but that's all. That's a whole nother thing. But it's her birthday, so happy birthday to Jen. They out right now eating a big old steak because that's what Jeremy likes.
Yes, so every now and then you got to have a good steak, man.
Oh yeah.
Happy birthday, Mrs. KICKnology. So I just want to say that real quick.
Absolutely. Happy belated to you, Kia. Okay, so we got where we kind of feel about the NCAA. What I do know is by the time y'all see us here next week, 9:00, there will be more announcements about somebody, whether it be the schools that then shut down, more conferences that shut down. So just, keep your ears and your eyes peeled because it's happening. At every turn. James, I want to go to Maryland. All right, James, I feel you.
Hey, shoot your shot, homie.
Hey, shooters got to shoot. What's up, Nicole? She said, happy birthday, Jen. Happy birthday, First Lady. Yeah. All right. So we're going to jump right into some NFL. We had some big news today. the Washington football team announced the first Black president
And he's an alpha
of operations, and he's an alpha man. Okay,
Yes, sir.
GB
Yes, sir.
represent. All right, for those ice cold brothers, and
Smart man.
that's huge, man. That is huge. So let's dive into that real quick. I mean, well, I know that we've been talking about this idea of Black executives in president positions and leading up to ownership positions. And I think even a couple episodes, maybe a couple months ago, we talked about this and said, hey, we didn't know how realistic that kind of was. And here we are, middle of August, and we got the first Black president. I'm excited for him. I heard him do about two different interviews today. And seems like he's already got a great plan in place to be proactive and to be successful in being over the operations side of the business and letting Ron Rivera handle the football side of everything. And I think him and there is a female executive that's working alongside of him. Do either one of y'all have her name?
For the Redskins?
Yeah, it's for the Washington football team, Greg.
The Redskins? Hey, man, it made me mad because, I'm a huge Redskin fan, so I got to change everything. You know what I mean?
I know you are. But anyway, I believe that combination of those three is going to be really good for the Washington football team, and that is huge news. So for anybody that didn't know, we wanted to let y'all know about that. So yes, and then Chuck, go ahead and talk to us about the fans and the stadium capacity that's going on right now.
Oh, real quick, I just want to say this to cap off what you just mentioned about the first African-American president in the NFL for an NFL team. You see the irony in this? Like the Washington football team, when they first began, they were the last team to integrate. They didn't integrate until I believe either the late 60s or early 70s. And that was forced on them because I forgot the president at the time, but he told them that we're not going to allow you to come to the White House unless you make some changes.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to mention that real quick. But, yeah, so going into the stadium capacities, Kansas City came out today and said that they're going to allow 22% of their fans to attend games for the season, on the heels of a lot of teams saying we're not going to allow fans at all in stadiums this year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So hold on, let me get a couple comments in here, and then I'm gonna get y'all's thoughts on that real quick.
Sure.
Joker Nation, thank you for the birthday wish, brother. Nicole, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yes, it's Leo season. Actually, Nicole had a birthday this past week too. Leo's everywhere. We everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday to
I know what season next though.
We don't worry about what's next. We worry about what's now. Okay.
Yeah, gotta get off the map. All y'all oldies.
Oh, okay. Go Vikings and Titans. I hear you, Joker. Oh, so the lady's name was Julie Donaldson. Thank you for that, Nicole. With the Washington football team. Kim says, I think the Redskins are having bad luck because of Snyder wasn't trying to change the name. Well, he's still there.
Yeah,
He's still there. But he got some people in place. And I think that these are culture change agents. And they need that there.
Also, the minority owners were secretly trying to get him out as the owner. So I'm sure this is his way of trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
Appreciate the birthday love, Kia. And my man James, man. That's what I'm talking about. James, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, brother. Right. Another fellow Leo in the building. You see us, man. We strong around here. I don't know what y'all talking about. We strong. All right. So I know that here in Tampa, and Greg, let me know if you heard this. I heard that we were thinking of going fanless, so no fans in the stands at all. And given the circumstance, I'm okay with that. Obviously, I'm a little upset because I wanted to go to some of the games and see Tom Brady and see us work our way to hopefully a Super Bowl. But I think it's just the best thing to do. I don't see how you can really be fair with a 22% kind of thing. You still do that. You still gonna have people out there trying to tailgate, or more people out there tailgating than getting in the actual game. And then you know those people exposing the concession workers and the stadium staff to all this kind of stuff. It just doesn't make any sense to do that. So I hope Kansas City retracts what they're trying to do and decides to kind of move forward to. I think hopefully the commission and them mandate the owners to go ahead and let's move to a all virtual thing. Y'all can do virtual fans like the NBA doing. You see your people sitting up in the stands virtually, and let's have fun that way.
Absolutely.
The Washington football team, I know Joker Nation, they working on it. That's just a placement holder name until they work out all the kinks. Now Greg gonna have to get new gear because he got a whole lot of Redskin stuff. But
man, listen, I got so many dislikes with the Washington organization as a whole. But I'm not gonna go into it on here. I can be on here forever. But kind of go back with something Tim said, and this was something I was curious about. I mean, all NFL stadiums are pretty much shutting down fan capacity, except for what I saw with Kansas City. But my question is, are they gonna stop tailgating? You know what I mean? And that's usually bigger for some people. That's bigger than going to the game itself.
Yep.
I think they will, because it's all built on the availability of the parking lots. And I'm sure they're going to think about that, and they're going to prevent people from gathering there.
So my question to that, though, is Chuck, and tell me, I mean, I'm assuming it would be the same at other stadiums, but here in Tampa, I know for a fact you have the stadium parking lot, but the tailgate extends into other parking lot and other businesses parking lots in the surrounding area that I don't think the Bucs have any control over. They don't own that property. They don't own that land. So they could say, yeah, you can't tailgate on our property, but that doesn't mean they can't tailgate across the street at the local law firm or at, any number of these other businesses. At that point, my question is, would each individual city step in and say that, we're going back to this whole no large gathering ordinance type thing, or are they just going to let them be? Because Greg is right. At least I know here there are bigger parties outside than there are inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of things happen, especially living here in Tampa. A lot of those neighborhoods count on the parking to make income.
Yep.
And then we got countless sports bars around the stadium. You even have some of the adult live action around the stadium. That various parking places, like Tim said. So are they gonna be policed areas? I mean, even the the practice facility and stuff is like right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be strange, man. I just don't understand. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
Yeah, but honestly, the biggest concern I have is people gathering together for home events, like 10, 15 people or so gathering, not being close to one another, and there ends up being an outbreak at that point, because a lot of times you don't know whether you have the virus until there's 3-4 days pass by.
Yeah. Nicole said that the Snyder family is much like the Davis family with her Raiders, need a change in ownership for progress to occur.
Facts.
Man, yeah, that's true. They got to get Snyder out of there, man. That's the only way. I don't know, man. I mean, he's a billionaire, rich guy, and and that kind of money. How can you tell somebody what to do with their money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Joker said he wanted to see his two favorite football teams play each other this year, Vikings and Titans. I don't even know if that's on the schedule, but I hope you get a chance to see him, brother. We'll see if that pans out. NFL gonna wait to see what happens with NCAA. You know, you're right. She's right, and I hate that they're doing this, to be honest, because nobody's being proactive with any of this. Outside of the NBA and what they did with the bubble, everybody's waiting to see what the next either conference or league association trying to see what they do to try to come up with their game plan. And it's like, man, like let's get proactive. Let's take care of the health of our players and understand that the money is going to come back around. Ain't nobody trying to out sports. We know we want the sports. I know it's going to happen, but let's do what's prudent and what's right. You know what I mean? First. Joker says, too bad there's no fans. And I'm okay with that, man. Like, I feel like what I'm watching right now, even with the NBA and no fans, it's a different experience, but I like it.
Yeah.
I really do.
And you got to think about it. If all these NFL stadiums, they have these multi-million-dollar, video, audio systems. I mean, look at the stadium in Dallas. Look at that screen. I mean, why would you go to Dallas if you're not a Dallas fan? It's to see the screen. Mm-hmm. That was one of the reasons I went to go see Florida State play Oklahoma. I wanted to see the screen. It's ridiculous. You watch the screen more than you actually watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Which is crazy, but it is what it is. But I agree with you, Tim. I mean, it's like everybody is waiting for something to happen instead of getting out here and doing something. I mean, you can come. It took the NBA to get a plan together, which they said they didn't think it was going to work, but it worked. Now, I think the biggest thing, if the NFL is going to play, the biggest thing is going to be controlling. And I hate to use the word controlling because it sounds so, backdated. But controlling the players, like what's the guy? Was he in Seattle, the one that got cut because he wanted to bring the lady in?
Yeah,
to the hotel. I mean, that, to me, I think that's what's going to separate the NCAA and NFL. The NCAA is all about students. You're around students because you're going to school. But when you're a pro sport, you have to control the individual that's playing a pro sport. Because I mean, if you win, you want to go celebrate. Maybe this was your big game. You threw 5 touchdowns, you ran 3, caught 2. Whatever milestone you might have did as an individual, you're gonna want to celebrate. And then if you're young and you're a millionaire, you want the groupies. So I mean, that's gonna be the main thing. Is really controlling the athletes. Because I mean, we already see it. We only in spring training, whatever they calling it right now. And you got the dude from Seattle already done got cut. He done ruined his future just because he, what I'm saying, he was trying to get a little action.
Yeah.
He sacrificed one need for another.
Just said, I'll be honest though. Come on, he didn't know what that was about, man.
Hey, what Martin say? What Martin say? All right. Anyway, Nicole said, "Y'all know we're gonna see some long undisclosed injury lists this season. 80% of those being COVID. Absolutely,
that's true.
Like, my man got a hurt knee. He ain't got no hurt knee. He can't smell and all that kind of junk. That's what's going on. And then Joker said, facts, the way NBA is without fans. Exactly. It's definitely going to happen. So while we still on the NFL, before we jump off into the NBA, I know a TV program came on, first episode this past week. Chuck, what was that all about?
First episode of Hard Knocks, it was showcasing the LA Rams and the LA Chargers. And a big surprise was LA Chargers head coach told his team that he had the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. And of course, during the episode, they were showing in pretty good detail what all they have to go through, the protocols they put in place, and how they're practicing currently. So it's pretty interesting.
I got a chance to take a look at that episode, man. And, have to be honest. I don't know that I've always been the greatest fan of all of the little seasons of Hard Knocks. Some of them have been better than others. But I was kind of intrigued about this one just because things are different. I'm intrigued because things are different. The protocols are different. The way the guys are going about things are different. So I'm just kind of seeing how it goes. But, two interesting teams, two teams that I don't think anybody believes is going to be really there at the end of the season, but teams that will be obviously competitive. It was a Coach Anthony Lynn, and he was the one who had the virus, and then Coach McVay, and he's a whole personality all on his own. But I'm interested to see more of the Hard Knocks as they come along, and check out those episodes. Nicole says.
It's the Waynes, dog. It's the Waynes.
Wayne, man. Look, Jeremy might be out there getting them chicken wings right now.
Yeah,
birthday. That's why he ain't on the live. You're crazy. You're crazy. Oh my gosh. But it's facts. Yeah, I mean, it's facts. All right, y'all. Let's move on over to what everybody been waiting on. We want to talk about this NBA and
blow that right now
in this bubble. I told Chuck I had it pulled up over here so I could kind of give some real time. Some real good games on today.
Some real good games on today.
Absolutely. That Utah game, man,
real serious.
So let's talk about it. Utah, and Denver. And I know last night Jeremy had live, and hope a bunch of y'all went over some stuff, and Chuck was calculating and tallying what people thought. And man, when I tell you I couldn't disagree more with what y'all was saying, Lord have mercy. But I
mean, think about it. I mean, I think the consensus was what? Was it Denver in 6? They pulled a game off the day in overtime. Then who else? The Raptors won today. I think Raptors might sweep. They may not, may win in 5. Boston had got a little scared today, but they ended up pulling it out late. Who else played today? That was it, right?
That's it. And then the Clippers and the Mavericks. I guess they're playing right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I liked what I saw from Denver. I mean, I kind of expected that they're going to win that series. I thought it's going to go to distance, but I still expect for them to win that series. And then we had what'd you say, Toronto and Brooklyn, that really should end up being a sweep, but LeVert may have one of them heroic games and pull out one game there.
Yeah, because I know if Kyrie and KD that'd be a whole different series.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
And then and I think I mentioned this to Chuck and before we even started, but I couldn't disagree with y'all more about this Boston Celtic team. I think a lot of you all have been hanging on. I mean, I guess what you saw prior to the bubble and thinking because they're young that they're gonna do this and do that. And I'm not drinking the Celtic juice right now. I just feel like I don't even think they're gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Final, to be honest with you. Well, so let me pull up my little bracket here.
It's gonna be a rematch in Boston.
Well, you think Milwaukee's gonna beat them, or dare I say your Heatles?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for putting respect on their name. Okay, it is the Heatles. Yes, it is.
I was a LeBron fan. Man, he traded his LBJ repertoire after he left the Heatles.
All right, so we got so Boston and Philly right now. They would see next Toronto. I think Toronto can get the job done. I think I mentioned that last night on the thing y'all was doing. I think Toronto.
On the way Toronto beat him. What's your boy name? Baby Drake.
Oh, Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, Baby Drake go off. He'll that'd be yeah. They might win if Baby Drake go off.
But he gonna go off. Listen, us light skinned brothers, we on the move, Doc. On the move, man.
I told you, man. Y'all age horribly.
Smooth said he's gonna be honest. He want the Lakers to win, but the Clippers are going to make it hard. Smooth, I don't understand why you're a Laker fan, brother. I don't understand.
I ain't a LeBron fan, man. Let's go LeBron, man. Playoff LeBron, man.
Hey, what's the final score on that Celtics game?
I think it was like 109, 102, something like that. Let me look, check it out officially. 109, 101.
And see right here. Smooth, this is why you're my guy. See, this is why you're my guy, because you sometimes you go left, but then you come on right back to right in line.
You know good and well the Heat ain't making it to the finals, man.
The Heatles are going to make it out of the East. Yeah, I said it when we first started this whole chat. The Heatles was going for the East.
Nigga made out the east side of the bubble.
They need another year. I think they need another year to gel.
They need another year, another superstar.
Yes.
No. Well, yeah, y'all can say what you want to say. I'm sticking with what I said from the beginning. Heatles going, and because Jeremy don't like that name, Heatles, and he can't kick me off right now. How about that? Now, Kyle said, yes, Toronto will be the Celtics. I'm feeling you. Yes, Kyle, you're right. And Kyle know basketball. He a coach. He know what I'm talking about.
It happening, but I don't know. I like the Celtics, man. But I can see the Celtics losing to Toronto. That's not even an upset.
I mean, I can see them losing, but at the end of the day, I just feel like the combination of Tatum and what's his name? Not Hayward, but other young
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown, thank you. I think that combination is going to cause a lot of problems for people.
The Lakers will win a chip, and let me tell you why.
Okay.
Hold on. Before you finish, can you answer the whatever you about to say? Take your fanism out of it, and let's be rational here. Let's have a rational discussion.
No, when I tell you why they're gonna win, is why it's rational.
Okay.
It'll be one of the greatest stories.
Who cares about a story? Nobody cares about a story.
MJ wrote stories, so let LeBron write a story. First, they smashed Portland. Oh, Dame's hot, lot. They smashed Portland. Dame do a mixtape. Then after that, who they played? Then he come back. Then he smashed the Rockets. Both Russell and Harden. And then he smashed Kawhi Leonard and PG in the finals. Then he go smash Matumbi, whatever his name is, with Milwaukee. Come on, bro. I mean, he's knocking out superstars. Why? That's the greatest final story. That's better than any MJ story.
All right, I'm just gonna say this to
Tim ain't like that one.
You might as well wake up from that fantasy, man.
Yes, Chuck.
Yes. He got on Red Nation. The only Red Nation you should be cheering for is hockey.
But seriously, though, they're another team that needs another player. It doesn't have to be a superstar player. I think they just need a consistent number 3 player. Like they're trying to get Kuzma to be that guy, but depending on the matchups, he's on and off sometimes. But with the Portland series, let's just say the Lakers beat them. They're going to be super tired after that series. I can tell you that, because the matchup wise, it's just a bad matchup for the first round to face up against Portland, because they don't have good guards with the Lakers. When is Rondo expected to be back?
I think they have to make it out the first round for him to come back.
Yeah, see, if they would have a better chance if he was playing, but it's gonna be tough. I mean, LeBron, don't get me wrong, I know he plays great during the playoffs, but just like with the Golden State series, he can't guard everybody. Like, the other players are gonna have to step up big time.
You can't hold on to this Rondo thing, okay? Listen, he come back, he gonna be not in as great a shape as everybody else that's been playing real basketball. Okay,
honestly, I'm not even counting Rondo to come in. It's like this: if you go win, I don't care what team you are. Just like Clippers, they got something to get over. They have the worst ball movement in the bubble. They have to get over that if they're gonna win. The Lakers, somebody got to pick it up besides AD and LeBron for them to win. The Heatles, they need a miracle. What's Giannis, whatever his name is.
Giannis.
Y'all know. Hey, I can't pronounce the dude's name. But whatever his name is he can't shy away from being defended, because every time somebody put them clamps on him, all he want to do is shoot threes. So everybody has a issue that they have to deal with. It's just this is a unique playoff basketball, because it don't matter if you're the 1 seed, the 8 seed, the 3 seed, the 4 seed. Everybody playing on the same court.
Absolutely.
So it's just a matter of whoever wants it, that's who's going to win it. That's how I look at it.
Exactly. And thank you for saying that, because that's a perfect segue, Greg. Whoever wants it most. And who wants it more than Jimmy Butler? Nobody.
LeBron wants it more than anybody. He's chasing.
Got that internal intestinal fortitude like Jimmy the dog Butler. That's just the truth. I appreciate you, Smooth, because you're right. The Heatles gonna shock some folk. Listen to Joker. Boom! Wouldn't be surprised if the Heatles went to the finals. It's a Heatles night tonight. Okay, I hope Jeremy hear this. It's Heatles all day. Now, what you say, Smooth?
They're getting swept.
Oh my God, you and this sweeping stuff that you were talking about last night. I had to turn it off after a minute.
And I see Jeremy brother don't like that I say I don't like to pronounce it. I don't like the Greek freak. I don't think a man should say Greek freak. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just keep mispronouncing his name.
Is Kuzma gonna step up? We need him to be consistent. He's not gonna step up. And he's not going to be consistent because he doesn't get the ball enough for that to happen. And that's typical of teams for role players that play alongside LeBron if you're not his Robin. And so unfortunately, and Kuzma's not that big of a knockdown shot artist like that. So you're gonna have to hang on to that one that he hit at the buzzer a couple nights ago, because it won't happen again during the bubble.
And he hit it against backup players.
There you go. So. Okay, Jeff on this thing. Here you go, Jeremy Twin. He said, how this man talking basketball can't say his name. He could have just said Greek freak. Surely he can say that. Greek freak.
No, say no grown man. Grown man need to call another grown man a Greek freak. I know how to say it. I like mispronouncing and make it funny.
Greg, just say that guy.
Call a grown man a Greek freak. That's what they might have called him delicious.
They call a grown man delicious.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can say Giannis, man. I just don't. I can't pronounce his last name.
What's his last name, Chuck?
Antetokounmpo.
Nope, that ain't it.
You see what I'm saying? See, I ain't the only one.
What?
Chuck, that ain't it. Antetokounmpo. Golly.
Oh. Hey,
Hey,
just call
I'm
me.
from Arkansas.
It do on the book.
Okay. So let's get back to this bubble real quick. I want to talk Lakers because Jeremy's not here, so we don't get this real brash and harsh talk about the Lakers. I heard y'all talking last night, and Greg, I know that you're a Laker fan. Smooth, I see that you're a LeBron / Laker fan. Okay. So to go back to what you were saying, Greg, what's a greater story than Dame time? Okay, Dame time. Another guard coming from a mid-major, a Hall of Famer that was blackballed and called washed. Okay, and a man that had a injury that he really wasn't supposed to come back and play at a high level from again. What's a better story than that? There's no better story. I mean, they are constantly the David versus the Goliath. They are constantly that. And guess who won that fight?
Nobody. It's boring.
Huh?
How many Portland games you sit up and watch?
I watch the Portland games. They're an exciting team. Nobody's gonna stop them from putting up massive amount of points. It ain't gonna happen. And I forgot to say, in your boy Gary Trent Jr., who I will tell you, I am the biggest person to tell you that I don't think people transition well from Duke college basketball to the NBA. I'm the first one to tell you, and I'll go down the laundry list and tell you how many of them really need to go straight from Duke to the D League. That's another. We'll discuss that on another live. But Gary Trent Jr. is one of those guys who was supposed to go from Duke to the D League, and he almost made it. Now he's redeemed himself. I don't know where this has come from, but I like it. And
it's the bubble, man.
It's the bubble. It's the bubble. The bubble is giving people some.
You got to think about it. You're practicing and playing. Well, I don't know about practicing because I'm not in the bubble. I'm pretty sure they have other facilities of practice.
They do.
But you're playing on the same court night in and night out. So you're getting a feel for everything. It's a difference when you're traveling. I'm not saying Dame can't do it, but I mean, you're getting a lot of people who just starting to bust out in this bubble. You got the TJ Warrens. I mean, I know these cats are good. They made it to the NBA for a reason. You know what I mean? But you get the TJ Warrens. You got the Phoenix Suns as a team. Because, Devin Booker was always that dude. And then Devin Booker's been good, man.
You talking about in the NBA?
Yeah, Devin Booker's good.
In the NBA, yes. Now I said this last week. He was not this guy when he was at Kentucky because there were other guys. The ball had.
I'm not doubting that, but what I'm saying is like the bubble has heightened a lot of exposure to other players. I'm not, I don't want to include Dame in that conversation because Dame, every now and then he'll go on that spurt where he'll average 40, and then he'll be back down to normal size, throwing up his 20 plus or whatever. But Dame's always been a great player. But the bubble, I just think the bubble has heightened a lot of players that you don't see on a regular basis, and even teams. That's just my opinion.
Okay. So Smooth says a lot of people were saying this title is tainted. Asterisk. If anything, it's one of the hardest championships to win. Multiple teams can win it, and whoever wants it more will win. Put the Hedo stamp on that one, Smooth. I like how you wrote that. Okay, Joker said me and my homie had a conversation about Dame and CJ. He told me that CJ was better than Dame. I was like, really? There's no way that CJ is better than Dame, but is a really good player. What do we think about that? Okay, that's a great question. Go ahead, Chuck.
Okay. No, I don't think CJ is better than Dame. I think Dame is the knockout artist. That's what he is. He knocks down the big shots when you need it. CJ did that in the Memphis game recently, but outside of that, I don't really remember him doing that distinctively in his career. But he's a very good player, a good number two for Dame to have. I kind of look at him like he's the Klay Thompson for that team. Like if you need a consistent jump shot here and there, he's going to give it to you. But that big time 3-pointer, Dame's that guy. He could shoot it darn near everywhere from the 3-point line. He could go to the basket. I just don't see CJ being on his level.
Greg, what you say?
I look at it two different ways. First and foremost, I'm looking at individuals. Of course, Dame has that shooting range. He has that, that cool, calm demeanor in crunch time. I take the shot, I take the blame, or whatever. But if I'm a franchise and I'm looking for somebody to head the team, then I might pick CJ. Because CJ is the one, he plays better defense than Dame. He controls the tempo. He can also create a shot. But of course, it's Dame's team. 10 seconds on the clock. They're not gonna give it to CJ unless they got a lot of people around Dame.
So I kind of like your analogy, Chuck, and I think I'm gonna stick with that one on my analysis on this. He's a great number two. Yes, I agree, Greg. You could build a team around CJ, but when you kind of get to that boxing analogy, you're right. I think Dame is definitely the knockout punch, right? He's that uppercut with that stopping power. CJ to me is a very effective a very effective stiff jab, right? And you watch boxing, you know that the jab wears you down for the knockout punch. So as you kind of said, Greg, he is the pace of the team. He sets the pace, right? The jab sets the pace, right? It's setting the pace and setting you up for the knockout. And so because you have that great 1-2 combination, the combinations come together, right, to make a series of punches to knock the opponent out. And then you have these other little pieces that kind of add to the whole makeup, right, of that knockout artist or that knockout punch. Those being, Melo for the big time knockdown three, Gary for the knockdown three, and then the big man in there. And man, I guess because I hadn't seen him play in such a while, I forgot that he is actually a factor as a big man down there. So great question, Joker. But no, Dame is definitely he's the rock there.
So are they the best duo in the bubble right now?
No, we're not the best duo. But they're one of the best. Yeah, they're one of the best. So
who would be the best duo right now, in your opinion, either you or Chuck?
Wow. Man, that's a tough one.
I'm not talking about what I guess let's rephrase it. Don't look at what numbers they've put up in the bubble. Because that's easy. You're either going Rockets duo versus Portland at that point. But just the duos that are in the playoffs right now, who do you think has the best duo?
Okay. I'm going to give you an answer that nobody's thinking about. Again, Mr. Unpopular Opinion. But if you let this answer marinate, you'll understand where I'm coming from. Let it marinate before you speak on it. My duo right now, active in the playoffs, so considering, we're talking about people that are not hurt, Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet.
It's an interesting one.
Okay.
And I'll give you some perspective on that, okay? Both of them can give you buckets any kind of way you want it. But I think it's some of the intangible stuff that people don't see. Like, VanVleet is giving you steals on steals on steals, okay, in these games. And we've always known Kyle for this, but it just seems like it's elevated, it's heightened because of the bubble. But his taking of the offensive fouls and being able to almost Patrick Beverley-like pester some of these other players on the when he's on the defensive end, is making them stand out. And to me, again, going back to the playoff bracket is what will propel them over a Boston that everybody's picking in that next round.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chuck.
All right. I just thought about this. I'm going to have to go with Kawhi and PG. I'm going to have to go with them because both of them can play hard defense. But in particular, I feel like Kawhi feels comfortable knowing that PG can be that shot maker where he can solely focus on defense, hustling, making an occasional shot here and there. And it could be a formidable team.
Okay. Greg, who you got?
You already know who I'm going with. It's a no-brainer.
Okay, hold on. All right. So give me your second best. No, give me your second best.
I'm not gonna pick the no-brainer. I'm not gonna pick the no-brainer. But who I do like, actually like I like Brown. Like Tim said, let this one marinate. I like Brown and Tatum.
Okay.
I like
you
that.
You gotta explain though. You gotta explain.
Well, Tatum is a rising star, man. He's he had that one bad game where he scored about 6-7 points. Everybody bashed him, kind of gave up on him. But he gives you all areas of the game. He gives you, defense. He gives you offense in terms of he can create a shot. He can change the aspect of the game. And Brown is the same way. Brown's in your face, tough defense, gives you buckets when you need them. I just think, they're young and up and coming, and nobody's really looking at those two. So I look for them to take over that. They go beat the 76ers because, Ben Simmons is not there. So I look at it, they're going to win and it goes 6 at the most. But when they get to Toronto, I think Tatum and Brown step up, and that's going to be determining what's going to happen in that series.
Talk to me a little bit more about Brown. And I've never been fully on board with him as a player because I feel like he's just a bit inconsistent. He doesn't have an always knockdown mid-range game. He's kind of a streaky 3-point shooter. I will say I think he gets to the rim pretty good, but it's not like he's always finishing either. So
this is I look at Brown more of a what's your boy used to shoot the jumpers and play the guitar? I can't think of his name.
Oh,
he was with the Lakers last year, but he was
Lance Stevenson. Okay,
he's more of a controlled player in that element right there. But his defense dictates his offense.
Mm-hmm.
That's his. If you got to watch him play, and like you said, he has an inconsistent jumper, but once he's more involved in the game, he's a dynamic player, and he's the turning point for the Celtics, in my opinion.
Okay.
So if he doesn't go, it's hard for the Celtics to get over that hump.
All right, let's see what some of the comments saying. Smooth said he got, of course, his idol LeBron and AD. Second, he goes with Harden and Westbrook. So I had said Harden and Westbrook a couple weeks ago, Smooth. I just didn't include them today because buddy is hurt. Westbrook is hurt. So I was going more so from who's actively playing right now.
Is he coming back at all for the playoffs, Westbrook?
He's coming back, but the question is, can they withstand OKC until he comes back?
Gotcha.
We'll see. So next comment we got is from Kyle. He said, "What about Luka and Porzingis?"
They balling right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
46-36. They sure are.
I don't think it'll be this year, but maybe in the next year or two, I can see that happening. They're great together. Don't get me wrong.
Joker, I'm with you on that. That's the greatest 1-2 punch in the game. but we are talking about the bubble, so they not included. It's right.
Boy, turn the game around in 5 shots.
Exactly. Blow it smack up. Smooth says, how bad is his injury? It's a quad injury, and I mean, there's levels to that because you had Kawhi was out for a year with a quad stuff, and you got Westbrook that's supposed to be back in 2 to 3 games. So maybe it's not bad.
And Westbrook's a straight explosive player, so that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I don't know, man. I like to see Westbrook, especially if they play the Lakers. That'd be pretty good.
Kyle says Murray and Jokic. Hey,
they balled today.
Oh, that's a good one too.
They balled today. I give them that. What Murray had 40?
What's that?
Murray had what, 38, 40?
Yeah, and then on the opposite end, dude got 57 points.
Yeah, man, that's some buckets, bro.
Yeah, Murray had 39. Jokic had 30. So yeah, they're a bad combo. I like them. I like them a lot. So I mean, like I said earlier, I think this playoffs to me is exciting. I don't feel like I'm losing anything by it not being with the fans and all that. I'm getting the same kind of hypeness about everything. But I do think it's wide open. I think Portland has a real legitimate chance to knock these boys out, meaning the Lakers. I do. And there's going to be a couple upsets because things will not pan out the same way as if this were a regular season. We've said that all the way along, and I still believe that. So it's going to be exciting. And obviously, we're going to have some major developments unfolding by the time we meet back here next week. And we'll have new things to talk about. So any last things you boys want to go ahead and throw out there to the people, and we're going to wrap this thing up.
No, I'm good, man. Just good to see everybody, man. Hope everybody well, healthy. That's about it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Chuck?
Nothing on my end. Just like what Greg just said, it's great seeing everybody, and I hope everybody stays safe out there with these rising numbers still.
Absolutely. So listen, y'all, thank y'all for checking us out. We want to say a special happy birthday again to all of the the Leos that have had these birthdays recently. Happy birthday to Jen. And y'all come back. Make sure you check us out next Monday at 9:00. And we'll see what's going on. Make sure if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button for KICKnology YouTube. And we'll see y'all next Monday.
Peace. Later.